Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wrestlemania 40 edition of the Blue Thunder Pod. I'm your host, Billy Sullivan. With me, as always, my mother's favorite podcast host, Salt of the Earth, Dave Olinovich. Dave, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm ready for WrestleMania, and I think we should start by just acknowledging.
So, video, by the way, acknowledging in this way, but more importantly, absolutely, I acknowledge my tribal chief. Last week we were talking about how Roman lost his theme, which I did very firmly believe. And then as soon as his music played, I was like, oh, yeah, he still rules. This music is so great. Doom, doom, doo, doo. And I listened to it in my car at full blast, like 10 times in a row. It's the only two wrestling songs that have that kind of effect on me. It was Roman's and then MJF's like orchestral into the full, the one that starts with the boom, boom and then burn. Love it so much. But Roman's is the same way.
It's amazing.
I play that and I feel like I'm a badass. Like I can kick anybody's ass.
If you're like on the highway and there's multiple lanes, like let's say 4 lanes, and you're in the middle lane and you play Roman's music, all the cars are now your bloodline that are behind you. They're following you.
Scream off the window. I drive super slow when I'm playing it because, that's how Roman rolls.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? I think I texted it too. I know I sent it to Nick. The gentleman at the wedding party, at the actual ceremony, did the. I loved it.
Yeah,
it was so great. He did the Roman Reigns thing. The entire groom side jumped up immediately with the fingers up as soon as the music played. Yeah. The entire bride side was like, this is neat, I guess, but what the fuck is going on?
It's good.
They're all looking around like, who? Why? Yeah. Why are people pointing? And then when the groom came out, he did the all right, everybody get up, doing this. Yeah. So then a lady on the bride side started doing this because she thought, they were copying him doing the finger. I guess this is the thing we're doing now.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. And then they shot off awesome pyro that seemed like it was going to burn the building down.
Good. Proud father.
I love seeing like that on the internet. So.
Yeah. Well, we saw his entrance. I don't see many other groom's entrances.
But,
so
most of us only get really one opportunity to have a cool entrance in our life.
Yeah.
So you got to use it when you have the chance.
Yeah.
I came out to True Romance.
That's not bad.
Theme. Yeah.
You think babies are being born to Roman Reigns' theme song? Like in the labor and delivery room?
I think they're being conceived without male there. I think their just conception happens.
Sure.
And then when the baby becomes conceived, it's just like a zygote, but it puts his little finger up and acknowledges its tribal chief.
There's got to be a photo somewhere of a baby in utero where his arms it's weird that he's got that lay on too.
Doing the Rock one because the Rock's the real tribal chief.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
So this episode's our WWE half of Blue Thunder Pod. A little bit different than usual because you guys might have heard it's a special week. So we're not gonna do a full breakdown of Raw and SmackDown. We'll talk about the big beats as we go here because it all ties into the main thing we're going to be doing. As you probably could have guessed by the lays and the acknowledgement. This is our.
I'm doing Sabu.
WrestleMania 40. Yeah, Sabu. He
turned to the side.
Got to do go down.
Crick in the elbow. Not as successful.
Oh no, lots of scars. Though.
Yeah, lots of scars. No main events. No WrestleMania main events. Did you see the record? By the way, WrestleMania main event record on Saturday.
They suck most of them. I know that.
Roman will tie Hulk Hogan for the most WrestleMania.
9 or something.
8 on Saturday. So he will tie Hulk Hogan with the most WrestleMania events at 8, and then on Sunday he will break it at 9.
I do have a slight bugaboo about that one.
A bugaboo.
There's only one main event for WrestleMania.
Well, so even if
I don't care if it's 5 nights. The last night, the last match, that's the main event.
So he would have at least tied it this year.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, for his record, it probably wouldn't even matter because he always closed the show for. Remember how long they just had him win?
Talking about Hogan or Roman?
Roman.
We didn't want it.
It's crazy how long they let that go.
Yeah.
I saw an interview this week with him talking about it. He was like, I was my livelihood, man. I had to do what they told me to do. I didn't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
I knew it was bad. Nobody wanted to see me do it. It was uncomfortable doing it, and people are unhappy about it. He Paul Heyman, it must be like a father figure to him, because that dude, like, it was his idea, and he's one of the few people that was able to like talk to Vince and have him listen to him.
Yeah.
What a brilliant move to do what he did with Roman, not just to turn him heel, but like do exactly the way he did it. This is so perfect. I mean, it's been going for 1,000 days, and it's like still awesome when he comes out.
Yeah.
So Dave and I are going to be doing our WrestleMania 40 night 1 and 2 predictions, which we are going to keep track of for a change, so that we have bragging rights on the next episode. And give you guys an idea of how we think this stuff is also going to happen. And just kind of our expectations as to what's going to be good and what's going to be not so good. The card looks, I'm looking at it right now here. Yeah, you guys can see it there, but both nights look pretty damn fun at the very least. I mean, there's definitely some high points and some not so high points. But,
what they don't have on there, because they're doing it on SmackDown, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes, Ricochet in that. I was really hoping he was going to get the speed thing after you mentioned it.
Well, this week on Raw...
I don't want the arm bar. Nobody cares about the arm bar.
The arm bar?
It's Andre, that's what they call it. I don't know why the acronym is arm bar, but that's what they call it.
Andre the Giant, AGMBR?
The R is like after a D. It doesn't make sense, but they call it the arm bar.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I know.
Yeah.
And no one cares about it.
No. But yeah,
Look,
the Judgment
Big
Day...
Show's giant. How is anybody going to be able to eliminate him for 15 years?
How is anybody going to pick up the Giant?
Can they coexist?
Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, they're doing that on Friday, and the Judgment Day this week on Raw was really, hey, did we take care of Ricochet yet? What does that mean? Did you kill him? Like, what do you mean? Did we take care of him?
Maybe they watched Great American Bash 2004.
Yeah.
Like, Heyman had a good idea there. Just take him out.
Just murder him in cement?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Speed seems like it's built for Ricochet.
I haven't seen it yet. So, I don't know what happened.
It's a match with, it's called Speed. Of course, Ricochet is going to be great.
I know that, but I don't.
And you know what I don't think about when I think about Ricochet? Battle Royals.
No. Well, if he's going to win, I'm fine him getting a little bit of a shine.
Yeah.
Because he's not on the show, which sucks. But
he just had his first ever really good match in WWE.
Yeah, because Paul Levesque's now letting him cook.
Yes,
let the boy cook.
Good partner. JD McDonough's not all the way there yet. He's again, the in between stuff. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he can do the spots and it was a nice foil for Ricochet.
Absolutely.
I don't want to see him fall back down to just.
I don't think he's going
wearing his dick in a box turtlenecks and not doing anything.
I don't think he's going to. I think
you're right.
I hope you're right. I think we're comfortable.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royal is not giving me good vibes.
Does it ever?
No, that's my point.
Mojo Rawley won it one year, right?
I was just about to say was
God.
Mojo Rawley's the perfect guy for that.
But he got hype.
And Gronk.
Which, that was a funny thing.
Another show I listened to, not a wrestling show.
There are no other wrestling shows.
Another show I said that they were doing a rewatch of the Mania that Gronk was on. And he said, the comedian guy said that Gronk is the human embodiment of a Rohypnol tablet dissolving in the bottom of a glass of Prosecco.
Jesus Christ.
And I thought that is hilarious and absolutely exactly what he is.
That is damning.
But come on, that's what he is.
What do you got against Prosecco?
I think the idea was...
I know the joke. I know the joke. Stealing my strategy here.
So do we want to...
Let's go bottom up.
Roll. Yeah, all the lists have it, top of the card.
Bottom up.
First. So, but actually this guy does it perfectly for us.
Yeah.
We can go top down. So I have no idea if this is going to be the order of the matches on the show.
Let's go on your paper. Because this is bottom up.
Oh yeah, we can go off. Yeah. Because on the paper that I printed out for both of us, I just
it's fine.
And pasted.
So
and I always do the top of the card.
So I'm excited to get to it. So we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio, which was set up on Monday Night Raw this week. Everybody wanted. So Rey Mysterio said he's got a tag team partner that he's going to be adding, and everybody started chanting Carlito because we haven't had Carlito on a WrestleMania in forever.
Dragon Lee's fucking awesome.
I wanted Carlito there, but let's give the new guy a rub. This is the correct move. This match is full of just awesome wrestlers, and I think this is going to be a really fun one.
Love Dragon Lee in AEW. When he broke into WWE, I had like super high hopes for him because his first match was like they just let him do an AEW match, and it was awesome. Yeah. But then he kind of wasn't around with NXT or something, but he went away. Yeah. I didn't see him for a long time. Right. So I was very happy to see him involved in this.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think that Ray and Dragon Lee are going to win, and I think Dragon Lee is going to get the pin.
You think so?
Fall victory, yes.
I agree because they are showing dissension. They're just letting, like on Raw, Dominic's just bringing Legado del Fantasma into the Judgment Day clubhouse without telling anyone, and then they're just playing darts.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be, they keep harping on miscommunication within that group. And I think somehow the Judgment Day is going to get involved to cost them the match. There's just too many, and then like Andrade is a part of the mix now. There's just too many variables on the heel side, and I think the baby faces are going to snatch it up.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. I hope that there's no interference because I always hope there's no interference.
Right.
But Dominic Mysterio is involved here, and like that's kind of has to be that. My hope is that like Dragon Lee gets the pin, and then he gets a big giant push. Yeah. Like after, I'm a little worried about the WWE programming. Then immediately after WrestleMania, like this is the best looking WrestleMania I can remember ever. Usually, like the most positive feelings I have going into a WrestleMania the last like 25 years are like, there's a chance this might not be disappointing for a change. Yeah, this is like I will be shocked if I'm disappointed. Yeah, this show is like I'm so excited,
especially
I'm a little worried by it.
And it's going to look so different because of all the new camera angles and production that they've put in place, and they're presenting people differently. It's going
to all the time. Like,
it's going to feel like a one. I'm sorry,
Scorsese.
Yeah, it's going to feel like a brand new or it's going to feel like. You know, like when you get like a better version, like you get a new laptop or the next iPad.
When your mom was dating like a alcoholic when you were a little kid, and you used to beat shit out of you when your mom wasn't around, and then finally one day you came home from school and all his shit was out on the front lawn. Yeah, and then your mom met like a nice guy. He's like I don't know, like a pastor at the local youth ministry. Sure. And then you got to like go to baseball games and stuff.
I was gonna ask how your screenplay is going, but it sounds like you're humming along really well.
Anyway, Dragon Lee, like Ray has taken a zillion different luchadors under his wing and called them his next. Dragon Lee is the best of all of them, so he should be that guy.
I hope so.
And also, his name is Dragon Lee, so even though I know he's Rush's brother, I can pretend that he might be Chinese under that mask. So that I don't have to just stick all the Mexican guys together.
This should be, given how like Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar worked in their one-on-one match last week, this should be really fun. Yeah. And they're just adding more guys who are going to be super motivated to make this a good match.
I want to see Santos and Dragon Lee get like 18 minutes.
Santos is so good.
Together.
God damn it, is he good. It's just a shame that they, try as they may, try as they might, this just has very little heat going into Mania.
Because
we've talked about it a lot, but it's just like,
Triple H still has his blind spots, and this is one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, if the blind spot is this tag match, like okay,
the consolation prize is like I get to see Dragon Lee wrestle Santos Escobar. Yeah. So talking to me, I'm like, oh, that should main event WrestleMania. Yeah. I love it so much.
Also, too, if this is the match that opens, and let's say it is, that stadium's going to have a full energy tank to boo Dominic Mysterio, and that's going to sound amazing. Yeah,
they won't even have to do the button that they usually do. No. I would open the show with this, by the way.
Well, you have to.
It's like, that's what an opener is supposed to be.
Yeah. I hope they don't do something stupid like they open it with like Becky and Rhea, or like, what's the other? Or like Drew and Seth. Oh, no, that's night two. I'm sorry.
And
I meant Gunther.
Going to have a lot of heat.
I meant Gunther and Sammy. But like,
that match is going to have a lot of heat too. But I think that's going to go like 30 minutes. Yeah. So that's tough for an opener.
Yeah. But they do that sometimes. They put like world title matches up front. You're just like, come on, man.
Yeah, we just watched them put John Cena, Booker T, and two other guys in a like 16-minute snore fest to open the show.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was the greatest match modern eyes have ever seen. Next,
would you like my? I'm a French band.
I laughed out loud. If you haven't listened, go back and listen to our latest Turnbuckle Time Machine of the Great American Bash 2004. When you're talking about Rene Dupree, and you're like, I forget. He's like,
his cock.
And then he did. You said, I forget what you said. He did with his hands with the. And then he started doing defensive drills.
Defensive drills.
I was audibly laughing listening to that. Next up on our list. So we agreed it's going to be Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus the Damage Control being represented by Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
So I would much prefer this just be a tag team without Jade Cargill. And
That's where we thought it was
multi-man.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have rather they done that.
Yeah.
Give Jade, like, they gave her the big storm.
My
entrance
God.
and stuff. Like,
How cool was
it
that?
was awesome, but
They made her look
don't
like
put her in a multi-person match.
they want her on the show. That's it.
Oh, you got 2 nights. You can Jade.
Yeah, she's on night
unless
1.
she's changed completely from when I used to watch her.
Yeah.
Her matches go about 3 minutes.
Well, that's why she doesn't have to do much.
Put her out there with Chelsea Green, like in the death spot or whatever. People
Yeah.
will be like, "Holy shit, who's that awesome superhero-looking lady?"
But now they have just 3 jacked black women.
Yeah,
like,
you're putting next to Bianca Belair. It's the only person on the roster that
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, Jade's not that impressive." Next to anyone else, you're like, "Oh, that's
It's-
a god."
they
That is
look-
a god.
it looks cool when they all stand together.
It does.
Yeah,
but Jade,
and that's what they're
like,
going- that's
she
it.
just got there, so make her
Protect her.
the thing.
Protect
she
her.
should be the thing.
They're
She should-
protecting her.
They're calling her Storm. She's supposed to be an X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men don't team with Bianca Belair.
X-Men do team.
With other X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah. And they don't have like the same powers. They don't look the same. Like,
I
that remake sucked ass.
heard. Yeah, I'm going to skip it.
The animation looks like Victoria's or something. I mean, Bianca, Jade, Naomi are winning, right?
Of course they're
Jade
winning.
loses.
Yeah.
Like, why
I
not just break this up into a tag match and then have
the only-
Jade
Against Dakota Kai?
fight Dakota Kai?
the only reason I like Dakota Kai's in ring has gotten so good.
I always thought she had like a lot of potential, and she was always pretty solid. That turn she did in NXT was so great.
She turns on three people. She turns on everybody.
Yeah,
like,
but that one, you know
stop
the one I'm
trusting
talking
her.
about, the famous NXT one.
The War Games one.
Yeah, that was great. But she's steadily improved the whole
Like
time.
her singles matches lately, I've just been like, her mic works really good. Like they
But that's
got
good.
they got something.
Jade
with her.
probably needs somebody who's pretty good. And
But
she's
what
like
they
a
don't
smaller
want,
person.
I mean, Damage Control's taken L's across the board this entire pay per view. So like, I think by not putting the tag titles on the line, forcing them to have to lose the tag titles, is protecting the group a little bit. Because I'm very fine with Kairi Sane and Asuka
I just
keeping
thought
the
of a
tag
new
titles.
prediction.
Oh.
It just came to me.
Let me have it.
They are winning. We have that right. Jade is attacking Bianca Belair after the match.
Mark at 0. All right. I don't think we needed 2 pieces of paper for this. I think we're gonna agree on everything. But that should be a really, really fun match. And yeah, if they do that, that's the best course of action.
Absolutely. I hate WWE Twitter because
I wish you stopped the sentence right after that. Just some isolated comment.
because they showed a still frame of Jade Cargill's like first match.
Yeah.
And she did the pin that she always does, the
Yeah.
kind of like where she's leaning way back. And every goddamn comment was like, "Oh my god, she do?"
Yeah.
The WWE fan base
No, they're great.
leaves something to be desired.
it's
it's very
good.
like Fast and the Furious adjacent people.
Yeah. People who leave their house a lot. I like it. These are the kind of people who criticize world-class athletes in the NFL about why they didn't win. Meanwhile, they have CPAP machines. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
Jade, so high with you, yeah.
No,
Jade
that's
would
cool.
not look in your direction.
No. This is going to be very good match. Like,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
everyone in this match, like, and Jade's a wild card, but like everybody else is a worker.
Actually, I may have that wrong. Bianca's had that should be turn heel energy for a while now. Maybe Bianca feeling threatened attacks Jade.
I'm better with that.
They're going to go there. I think they will have a conflict after
Yeah.
the match. Is essentially what my prediction is.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably Bianca will come out the heel of
Yeah.
the two.
Maybe the night after Raw, or maybe
Are
like
they going to make Raw after Mania interesting again for the first time in
Yes.
15 years?
yeah, their first hour is commercial free.
Well, that's promising then.
Well,
'Cause
sometimes-
it used to be so great. It used to be better than WrestleMania for a few years.
Sometimes though, when they do that commercial free first hour, they put tag team gauntlet matches of a bunch of teams I don't give a about.
Yeah.
And you're like, you bait and switched me, you
Yeah.
son of a.
Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson.
No.
Commercial free.
No.
This is pretty deadly and like one half of the Viking Raiders.
I heard that they're going to be, speaking of, next is a six-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. I thought that
lots of names in this.
I thought Pretty Deadly was supposed to be in it instead of Grayson Waller
I thought so, too.
Because they keep saying
They're
on TV,
much better wrestlers than
and they keep like
Down
storyline wise, they keep saying like we're not on WrestleMania. We got to get a WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and the only time historically anyone's ever done that is when they get on WrestleMania.
Usually
So like, are they going to jump Waller and Theory?
take them out and take their spot.
Yeah.
like Kofi at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
that 1 year. Was
Yeah.
Edge just hit him in the head with the chair, so he lost his spot. At Elimination, and then Edge won the title.
Yeah,
and
no one
do one of those.
No, it's like all right, whatever.
Pretty Deadly have like a very defined character. It's like goofy, but goofy in a good way.
Yeah.
And they're solid in the ring.
They
They're
look
both, like,
really
6'5".
small. They look really small next to Randy
They're
Orton.
super skinny. I mean, super skinny. They're probably super jacked if I saw them up close.
But next to Randy Orton
is taking like bull growth hormone.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
He's trying to become actual Thanos.
yeah.
So everyone in this match it's the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. They are the tag team champions, and they are fighting the Awesome Truth, which is Miz and R-Truth. DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And then A-Town.
New Collision Republic.
A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Grayson Bloody Walla. I really, really, really want R-Truth to win this thing.
He has to.
I don't know if I can pick him.
I am. I'm picking him, so you don't have to.
Oh, man.
I already have it marked down.
If you put like, it's a waste putting him in, having him get the win against a big Giants group of whatevers. He needs to like pin Damian Priest. And I don't think he's going to do that.
So what they're doing right now, like, and they're not subtle with it, but they've been harping. They being the Judgment Day have been harping on. Our communication's been off. Rhea's like, we're not communicating.
I mean, to me, it feels
our
like
communication's
they're
off. But this, I think, is where their communication is going to be off, because I think they're going to do something like JD McDonough's going to come down. He's going to try to R-Truth out of it, and they're going to have a miscommunication. It's going to cost them. Like they're just saying miscommunication too much. So there's going to be something.
Yeah, WWE
That's my
beats you
opinion.
over the head with that stuff before it happens. I think you're right.
Yeah.
And it's going to lead to the New Day winning this match and their like 15th reign, because they have been also like very much stressing that the New Day is wrestling a very different, more serious, more aggressive style lately, which they have been doing, and they've also been featured in some pretty brutal matches, like in 3 of the last 4 weeks. Yeah. And I don't think you do the Truth like blow off here, because is everybody. Truth might help like facilitate the end of the match, but I think it's going to be the New Day.
Think so?
Yeah.
I have already underlined R-Truth.
I think that's a good choice. I'm kind of hoping they don't do Truth there.
I vote with my heart, and my
heart says let R-Truth beat
Roman Reigns for the world title.
Too, The Rock, but let R-Truth beat Damian Priest and his boring ass in the middle of the ring, not with a zillion other tag teams.
Or okay, now that you're saying that, maybe R-Truth. Holy, all right. So who's the king of miscommunication? It's R-Truth.
No, it's everyone around R-Truth.
No,
he's the only one that knows what's going on.
Oh, yes. So what if he has some like miscommunication where he still thinks he's in the Judgment Day, ends up costing Damian, and then
I think
another
he just booked the match.
Yeah, wow.
It's probably what's going to happen.
And then
great shout.
And then I don't hate the New Day winning.
Yeah.
Damn it, I already circled it, but I'm gonna write.
Yeah.
No, it's in pen.
But it's not locked in until I say. Thanks for listening. Hope you're back next week, and you do your bye thing. Bye. That's what seals it.
Yeah, I just shouted some notes down. So I'm going to keep R-Truth underlined, but I don't know who's going to win, so I'm not going to underline anybody else.
You do have to make a pick.
R-Truth is my pick.
Truth, okay.
Yeah. But like,
can you win it without Miz? That'd be nice.
If what?
Can you win it without Miz being involved?
Dual tag. Can MJF attack the Miz backstage and be R-Truth's tag team partner?
That'd be fun. I hope we've talked about it a little bit. I don't think I've talked about it on here.
Nope.
I really hope MJF gets loaned out. I am 100% convinced that he has signed a very long, very lucrative contract.
I'm going to let you cook for a second.
Because TK understands that that MJF is truly, if you look at it objectively, the only ratings draw in AEW. That man swings the ratings by like 200,000 people every time he's on television. So he resigned. But Cody is his boy, and he wants to be there for Cody for sure. and he's going to be there like backstage or whatever, whether it's a on-screen thing or not. But I would like Tony Khan to extend the olive branch and loan the WWE. It would make sense here because it's Cody, it's their boy, everybody loves him. Loan Goldust and MJF to be part of that Avengers crew. Still under contract with AEW. Don't get too physically involved, so you're not like risking your own body or whatever. But how dope would it be to like hear? And MJF owns the rights to that music too. Imagine after the Roman
in Philly,
the next thing comes up
in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Roof would fly off the building.
My lord, my lord,
yeah,
my sweet, sweet lord. The only hiccup I see in your plan, aside from the obvious of
they're
like
definitely not going to send their biggest star over to the competitor.
The only other hiccup, let's say
Dustin's a possibility though, I think.
But they had a WWE had one of their biggest stars, low simmer, cooked out of the company that is supposed to be loaning.
He didn't have he did that. Everything he does on his own.
Yeah.
Which is like another thing. It's funny about him talking about like going into business for like, dude, you go into business for yourself. You're only ever going into business for yourself.
Yeah.
That's why we love you.
Yes.
But like that is that's like your neutral state.
Yeah.
Is I'm going into business for myself.
Yep.
They didn't want to bring that heat. Like, why would you want to fire up your competition? Like, yeah.
So what we're getting,
makes it fun.
we're going to get to it in a second, but CM Punk had
CM Punk was interviewed by douchebag bootlicker, but at least Punk was there, so it was very interesting.
It was a 2-hour interview where, and Punk, mature Punk, put on a nice little master class in how to rile up the entire. So speaking of riling up, the next match will not do that, and I will probably take a bathroom break. We were talking about Jey Uso. Yeet versus Jimmy Uso. No yeet. No
Jimmy
yeah.
Uso's actually got a little bit of charisma.
Jimmy,
yeah.
He's a smarmy, unlikable, like.
There's always like cool like fan videos of house shows where he's doing very like exaggerated, funny shit in the ring.
Yeah.
Jey Uso is I don't know.
He's for the children.
He's like what I thought of the Undertaker during Big Evil Red Devil. The kids like him.
Yeah.
I understand why kids like him.
Yeah. Like you said, different flavors. Everybody's got different flavors, and
hey, I'd be a hypocrite because I say the reason I love AEW so much is because it's like a variety show.
Yeah.
All the different styles of wrestling.
Yeah.
Jey Uso's got the children's style of wrestling. And
you did not do a good impression of yourself there, just so you know. You do not sound like that.
The reason I love AEW, bruv, is because it's got all different flavours of wrestling. It's got the old British style, you see a world of sport, bruv. Jesus Christ. And it's got Japanese strong style, like you'd see in like all Japan in '92.
You sound like you charter pirate ships too. Like
that's who else sounds like that?
Yeah,
Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay. Ospreay. Yeah, Jay's. He's for somebody.
Kids.
He's for kids. I think, and this is just because I think Jimmy's going to win. I think they're going to have a clean sweep on night one for the Bloodline. I think Solo's going to get involved, which is only going to...
You just convinced me. I was going to say Jay just because, whatever, Jay.
Yeah.
I don't care at all.
No, but Jay's going to get his shine on night two
when
they Avengers up.
I think you're right. I'm going to disagree just so we have, because I think this can go either way.
Well, because
I don't like having the same answers.
We didn't say the wager is $250,000.
It's our pinky toe on left foot. We get cut off.
Which I could sell for $250,000. You should see my toes. Woo! My OnlyFans is rocking.
We're both uncircumcised. The loser loses their foreskin.
You have foreskin on your toes?
No. That's the second part of the bet. That's night 2. Night 2 is the foreskin. Night 1 is the little toe.
WrestleMania turned into Hostile.
It's like a Lucha Underground.
Yeah, so I'm saying Jimmy Uso with...
I'm circling Jay, but it hurts my hand.
With Solo. It's going to hurt your toe, too. With Solo interference. That's all I want to talk about for this match, because...
And then we got... Well, at least we'll be able to cool down for that, because we got El General next. And there's no such thing as a bad Gunther match.
No.
I still want to call him Walter. I don't care. Yeah. Gunther's a dumb name.
I think Walter I associate with Fat Gunther.
Yeah, I do now, like
Yeah.
in my head. But the only reason I hate Gunther as a name is because I know how Vince thinks, and he was like German, even though he's not German.
Yeah.
German. What's a German name? And he just said the like most obvious stereotypical German name. That
I'm really
possibly
glad he didn't go
Adolf?
the literal, yes,
yeah.
the most obvious German name that if you want to get heel heat. Oof. But didn't Vince want a he wanted to have a thought out zombie Nazi as a character? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is great.
because there was that movie that did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the indie movie that Vince probably like. He's never watched a full movie in his life.
Damn it! This is great.
It's great.
Gunther's fighting Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. I was like absolutely convinced that Gunther is going to retain here because I guess it just doesn't feel like the build for Sami's been long enough to end this long a feud. But I am kind of interested with the I think they've given me that 1% of doubt that will make the match more interesting. I really still think Gunther's going to win, but
I hope Gunther wins.
yeah, I kind of do too. It needs to be a bigger. As much as I love Sami, it was like they put him in the stupid gauntlet thing, and they put him in the gauntlet with the guy that everybody really wants to see win it because he's the guy that has had the best match with Gunther.
Yeah.
And he's never gotten the big rub, whereas Sami has.
Yeah.
Although if Sami is able to, if he pulls off the dive through the turnbuckle DDT that he hasn't done in like 5 years,
Yeah.
I'm 100% back on board, and I will be super happy if he
Yeah.
wins the Intercontinental title because I miss El Generico's
You miss
moveset.
Yeah.
'Cause
You miss
it's-
good working Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Before
Yeah.
he was like, his body was beaten up. I mean,
Yeah.
he does his best, and he's still a very good worker, but you just can't do that.
He's a good worker.
It's Takeshita's moveset. That's where Takeshita got all of his moves because
Yeah.
his first match was El Generico.
Oh, there you go.
So, like,
I'm gonna
when
do
he's
that. I'm gonna
60
do
years
that.
old,
I'm gonna do
he does
that.
all of them. That, like, buckle.
Did you say 16?
Yeah.
Takeshita started when he was
Did
16?
I tell you his first 4 matches?
No.
I sent it in a text.
I don't read
El
the text.
Generico, so Sami Zayn.
Hate your texts.
Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Think Seth Rollins and Will Ospreay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
He was
nobody.
16, 17, 17, 17.
Yeah.
His first
And
4
then
matches.
his fifth match, Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
Jumping, Jeff Farmer.
As of Monday Night Raw, Gunther has had the Intercontinental title for 661 days. God
doesn't-
damn
you
it,
know
God
what?
damn it.
It doesn't feel like Roman. I mean, it's not as long as Roman, but it doesn't feel like a bad thing. It feels like an awesome title.
Yes.
reign. It just feels
It's
like
a tremendous-
'cause, it helps when all of your matches are bangers.
Yeah.
Like the dude's like
He's very
4
special.
is 4 stars.
He's very special.
He's the best wrestler in the company.
Yeah, and I'm going to be really pissed if he loses to Sami Zayn because Sami got a little boo-boo whiny face when the fans weren't behind
Did
him.
you hear? Like I said, I thought that was a work, but then did you hear what actually that was? Where that
No.
came from?
No.
Somebody asked him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty bizarre that I saw that in like public because the only reason anybody said anything about that was like last week I was on a plane and Booker T was on the same plane. He sat next to me, and like we were just talking as we're friends, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was kind of bummed out that I like fans weren't super stoked when I won."
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend. Then he said it on his podcast for some reason.
Oh.
Like so he wasn't like complaining to anybody.
Yeah.
He was talking to his friend about he was a little sad about something.
Yeah.
And then his friend is an and like went and told the whole world.
I do like that Booker T is working the dirt sheets now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That thing with the CM Punk.
His podcast is just all lies.
Yeah.
Everything he says is a total.
You saw the CM Punk thing, right?
Which one?
Where he said that they almost got into a backstage
yeah,
at
yeah,
NXT,
yeah. When he was
and
like,
then
"No,
they
that
did
never
like a
happened."
full report about it, and then they're like, no.
That was the one that made me like say, "Oh, so now at least we know everything Booker T says on his podcast is just a made up story."
Yeah.
Except the one true story was like his friend over.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do like the Gable thing.
How is he
I
going to
would have
play?
liked to know easier out. But
I would. Yeah. So I don't know if I said this, but on a previous episode, but if I did, I apologize for all our Pittsburgh listeners. Pittsburgh. They had a real opportunity to do a Rocky IV training montage where Gable was Mickey,
Which they half-assed it. They kind of.
full ass training montage.
Yeah, they should've
Rocky
done-
IV
got the-
is like 5 music videos
Yeah.
in 90 minutes. Like
100%.
it's just, and it worked so
It's
well.
amazing.
It's like everyone's favorite Rocky, and it's
Yeah.
like the weakest story.
You know
like
what my favorite Rocky is?
What's that? 4?
Creed.
I never saw it.
Oh my God.
No, I tapped
Oh.
out after 5.
There is. Oh no.
No, that's not true.
Creed,
I
legit. I'm not even.
I saw
saying that
Rocky
to be
Balboa.
Like, yeah, Creed is the best. No, it's the best movie.
Yeah.
It's Rocky is Stallone's best performance, and there is a scene in the final fight of the movie. They do it. I don't want to spoil it because you will watch it eventually. Every male person that I've ever talked to, including myself, that has watched that movie cries when that thing happens.
Oh,
and,
boy.
it's
Can't wait.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's okay.
What
So,
were we talking about? Oh,
which Chad?
Gunther and Chad. I think Gunther goes over, and then is beating on Sammy, and Gable is in his corner, so he tries to stop him. They have conflict, which will lead to what's our next SummerSlam?
Yeah, Gunther Gable.
Gunther's going to lose the Gable at SummerSlam.
I hope you're right.
I think so.
I like it so
I think
much.
that's why they reintroduced Gable into this now, because otherwise, why? I think that they're actually listening, much like they did when they pivoted with The Rock.
Yeah.
And they realized, oh, wait a minute, everybody wants Chad Gable to win the Intercontinental title.
And they just needed to do something with Sami Zayn. So, they put him in a high-profile match, which, I mean, he should be in a high-profile match.
You know what? It's going to kick.
It's going to. This match is going to be stupid.
Even if it's not young Sammy.
One thing I did not love.
See Johnny Knoxville still talking about Sammy on Twitter. He's like, "Go Gunther."
I like that. On Raw, it was Sami Zayn against Bronson Reed, and Gunther attacks everybody after the match. Or he attacks Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Gable, yeah. Because at one point Chad Gable's watching the match backstage. And then, they show the camera. The cameraman shows Chad Gable's backstage. And then all of a sudden, Gunther throws Chad Gable, out on the rampway. It's like, they had a camera on him.
Yeah.
They're like, how did did they just go, get a sandwich? To not?
Very strange.
That was, a little production
You
thing
just
that bothered
reminded
me.
Something that I did like from Dynamite, by the way.
Go on.
Samoa Joe, when he's backstage watching television, or what's happening, out in the arena, he watches TV like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Not every other wrestler in the world who watches TV at a 70-degree angle turned away from the screen, and
they got away from that.
He just stands in front of it and stares at it.
Gable was, because I noticed too, because ever since I think the Bucks pointed it out, it's like, oh, just stand here, or Matt Hardy said it. He's like, oh, it's much better if you stand over here. We jumped over that too. Did you hear this bullshit fantasy booking? It's getting traction too, that the Hardy Boys.
Well, Matt Hardy keeps putting
Hardy Boys
poison out there for both. He's like, I don't know which company I'm going to sign with. I'm like, neither. Go to TNA if you have to wrestle.
Start a lawn care company. Just get away from wrestling.
School, whatever.
Yes.
Be a producer.
Yes.
You can't even walk, and you're an ass.
Or brother. Also, too. Could we
I can't even feel bad for him. He's just a dick.
He did a lot of him to himself. Yeah.
And that's just that. But every time he goes on a podcast, he's like, "Hey, man, I don't understand why we're not near the top of the card." Because you can't wrestle and you hurt people every time you get in the ring now.
And you hurt yourself every time you get in the ring.
And you had the most embarrassing match in history with Sting, a legend, who had you then do a really uncomfortable thing
in a very C company.
Yeah.
It wasn't even.
But it was his return, too. So people were going nuts for Sting. And then he's got to do this awful thing.
Yeah.
Party sucks.
The fact it was in TNA and it got as much, it has as much folklore around it as it does, really says something.
Well, how about the crowd? I'm sure you've seen the video.
Oh,
of it.
God, yes.
It looks like a real crowd for a TNA, which doesn't really exist usually.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many people wrestle for TNA.
That's when TNA was humming.
Yeah.
They really were for a minute. I just couldn't. I didn't know where to watch it, so I didn't watch it. But I just remember thinking, God damn it, this show is firing all the time. I was reading the results.
Samoa Joe for most of us is
Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Motor City Machine Guns.
Is Motor City Machine Guns are still great.
They're free agents now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
they're going. I would like them on either show.
They're going to AEW.
Probably,
1,000%.
But they could do. I think they could do the. WWE still needs to Vince is gone, so they'll get there eventually. They need to figure out tag teams because they still don't really have it. It's Vince. It's 30 years of Vince telling them they shouldn't. With Pretty Deadly,
DIY,
yeah,
everyone in that tag match. Not everybody, but
they
New Catch Republic.
They still don't New Catch Republic wrestles a tag style.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
but you watch tag matches on not just AEW. I don't want to just talk about AEW, but every other promotion.
We have an episode for that company.
Style of a tag match in TNA and Mexican promotions. There's a style in WWE for 30 years because Vince who hated tag teams for some reason.
Because you couldn't poop on them.
I don't know. He couldn't make jokes or something. But like they just WWE's tag style is just their single style.
Yeah.
And they just tag a guy in. The only thing they do is the hot tag, but they don't do any of like cutting the ring off stuff.
Well, like we were talking,
now we're starting New Catch Republic.
Yeah,
a
when we
little
were
bit.
watching those old WCW pay-per-views with the tags, and I'm like, wow, this is actually great.
Tag
Like,
match.
it's-
I understand what FTR was
yeah.
talking about now.
So I think we're in agreement on Gunther and Zayn. That
Gunther, and then
it's
it's
going to
lead
lead to.
Gable.
God, I
at
hope you're
SummerSlam,
right.
Which would be like I said, I'm a little nervous about the most of this post WrestleMania.
Yeah.
One, because we know Rock's got to go away for the movie and stuff, and it's just going to be kind of deflating just because he's been like so awesome.
Yeah.
And Punk, I don't think is going to be back yet.
No.
But if they do highlight a Gunther Gable program, you can put that right at the top of the card, and I'll be okay with that.
That
top
could
of the card.
headline. I mean, it could and it should headline
I'm fine with
SummerSlam.
that. I'd be fine with that. I also wouldn't mind like Cody losing the world title almost
Right away.
immediately too.
Yeah.
Because Homelander doesn't need to be good guy. Homelander doesn't need to
No.
be walking around as the champ. He just needs to show that he can win the title.
Yeah.
Like that.
I don't. Yeah. Yep. You've said it before. But faces are better when they're chasing.
Yeah. I also don't want Damian Priest to be the one to do it either because he sucks.
He has a perpetual future in voice acting video game characters.
Yes, very much.
My
so.
God, does he have a buttery cool
He
voice?
does, absolutely. He's a space marine through and through.
Women's world title match. We got Rhea Ripley and Rebecca Lynch. Becky Lynch.
Super sex versus I hate sex.
Yeah.
I understand both sides. Like I understand what Becky's saying. Like we had to, especially after watching Great American Bash 2004. Like we had to fight so hard to get past that. Now but what she's kind of missing is that she fought so hard so that people like Rhea can have the choice to express their sexuality how they want, or to not at all if they decide not.
Yeah, when you're Also, Rhea did a stink face. She didn't like embrace sexuality.
Exactly.
She knows her character, and she shouldn't be vilified
No.
for that.
I'm
not saying you're saying that,
You know
but
what I like about Becky Lynch vilifying her about it? Makes this match a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, I don't give it until this week, and now I'm like, oh, they kind of don't like each other.
Yeah.
So it usually leads to a pretty good match.
I just like. I think they have flipped the script on who the face heel is going into this. I think
Rhea hasn't been a heel in a long time.
But no, I think like perception wise, Becky's the heel going into this.
Which is probably not great for her since she's doing a book tour right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still read it, but
like she just so Punk
she's
went
coming
on
off as like this stuffy whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, she's very right to censor
Stop
vibes.
trying to ruin our fun. Rhea's not being forced to do anything.
Also, too, like I wish I wrote down what she said verbatim, but like she said some interview where she's like greatest woman of all time. I'm like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I feel nothing. Like even when she was having like her big year where she unified the titles, it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I was always okay on her.
But
for most of this build, I was like, I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
This last week, though, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, you're being a dick. And they're like being legit snarky online on Twitter and stuff.
It's interesting.
So it could lead to like a hard match.
Yeah.
Like a hard hitting match. Who's winning?
I really want Rhea to retain.
I do too, but I don't think she's going to. I think she's going to win it back pretty quick. But I think Becky and her book tour is going to win the title because of the book tour.
Seth is losing. So they can't have a completely vanquished household.
Because that would be
we'll get there.
Ideal.
No. All right.
I'm picking Becky.
I'm picking Rhea.
I'm cheering for Rhea, but I'm picking Becky. Becky and her book tour.
And then Becky's going to feud with who gives a shit.
Gonna lose it back to Rhea like 2 pay-per-views later.
She's going to feud with Zoe Stark.
Like an independent Rhea after she leaves Judgment Day.
You know, it would be kind of fun. Like, I don't know if you watched was it SmackDown or Raw? They did a Tiffany Stratton like video package where they're showing her to be like this very Paris Hilton socialite influencer kind of character.
Yeah.
That would juxtapose really well with, because now Becky Lynch is shoving down our throats like, I'm a good mother. I'm like, yeah, no one said you're not. Like,
she is getting a little defensive about that. Like
we get it.
Relax. Are you actually a good mother? Because you're being a little too defensive.
Like, there's a lot of moms
you, like,
I don't
smack your kid around when people aren't around.
It's like when people are married and they put on Facebook wishing their significant other a happy birthday. It's like, just turn to the left. They're right there. Like,
performative nonsense.
no, it's like when you have to
You're
over
showing
explain.
everyone except your significant
Yes,
other that
just
you're wishing them a happy birthday.
They're right there. They're
Like,
sleeping. Their mouth is open. They got funky morning breath. Just wake them up and be like, "Happy
go
birthday."
pick 3 dozen roses and put them on the bed.
Yes.
You don't have to put it on Facebook.
Go make some pancakes. Like,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Same vibe.
just adoration, right? Does that make sense? So
Yes.
like, so if you take heel mom Becky and you put her with like young socialite, like that's a cultural
Yeah.
thing, and like people can resonate with both. I don't know. I think that would be a nice feud going out of.
Anything with Tiffany Stratton, like she fits with just about everybody.
Yeah.
So I'd be happy as long as she gets like a prominent role.
So
I think what they're gonna do now that I'm picking Becky Lynch, so is I think she's gonna lean into that even harder, be a heel.
yeah,
Rhea's gonna lead the Judgment Day,
She's a
solidifying her actual babyface turn.
Yeah.
Their rematch will be a truer babyface versus heel.
Yeah.
And that's where Rhea gets it back.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, probably.
I think so. I'm still gonna lean with Rhea just because I don't want to circle Becky Lynch.
No, I didn't either, but it's what my intellect is telling me, and I want to win.
It not much intellect required for the.
Oh, you mean Seth's getting the pinfall victory over The Rock, right?
Would you say this is the main event of the evening?
The main event of the evening, but not really because there's only one main event for
Yeah, that was
WrestleMania.
Punk's argument on Colt Cabana's podcast.
My argument ever since they started doing 2 nights and calling
You're
the first night of main
You're in
event.
the main event. You're fighting the Undertaker.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like no
not.
main event.
There's main
Is this-
event. It's a singular thing.
Yes.
It's the last match on the
Yes.
end of the show. Like,
That's
yeah.
the Incredibles thing. Like if everybody's super, then nobody's super.
I
If
love-
everybody's special, nobody's special.
Love that that Sammy KO tag match. Wasn't
Yeah.
the main event.
Nah,
though.
no. It was the mid-season finale of
Yeah, Which is a
WrestleMania.
lot of fun.
Mid-season finales are always fun. Like
Yeah.
Walking Dead when the girl walked out of the bar in season 2. Barn.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was amazing.
Usually, night 1 of WrestleMania is the better part of the show, but the main event happens on night 2.
It does. It does.
Do we need to talk? Right? Yeah, Rock Roman. are
Rock
winning.
Roman.
Do they have to cheat, or are they just going to beat the Seth and then like in the ring?
They're
to
going to-
further bury his ass.
Jesus Christ. Oh, they're going to bury it in his ass, it sounds like. But
They're going to like make him wear a little baby doll outfit or something.
he's going to bring that to the ring on his own. His WrestleMania gear, since he's been this new character, where he has openly admitted that he draws his inspiration from Machine Gun Kelly. He's like, oh, I just wanted to dress like a douchebag. It's like, mission
You're
accomplished,
pulling
dude.
it off. And Seth had such great WrestleMania gear
Yes.
back in the day. The all white was like, oh, that
Yes.
is so dope.
Yes.
It looks so amazing. And now he's, MGK.
When the one year he came out as like a White Walker,
Yeah.
like it was amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
He went from the best to just trash.
Just trash. Even when he was Joker, even when he was Joaquin Phoenix Joker,
Yeah.
like it was awesome because it made sense. But like these outfits don't gel. He doesn't even know what the character is.
It's not a character. It's, Rock pointed out, the clown emoji.
Yeah.
With a song that people sing.
Yeah.
How much of the Rock do we get in this match, do you think?
I think we get a lot of kicks and punches.
Oh,
And-
no, I'm not asking for like the shades of his grandfather tornado DDT or anything. Stick his punches are fine. He's a big brawler guy now.
I think we get more Rock than we think. I think they're
I hope
gonna,
so.
yeah, because they got to keep Roman special for night 2. They can't give him too much in this match.
Do they cheat or do they?
They cheat.
I don't like one after since they released that one video. And at the hashtag Killers in the Jungle, they should have called their tag team Killers in the Jungle because that's a great tag team
Yeah.
name, and it fits them wonderfully. I kind of want them to just win.
No, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre comes out of Seth, and then he injures him, which makes his loss on
Okay.
night
I
2.
guess if he injures him, because Drew
Yeah.
is not a guy that does for anybody
But
Drew.
he's been like the Italian restaurant that's been like the beneficiary of mob protection.
Yeah.
Like he's been, the bloodline's been really good to him, right? So he's
but,
gonna
like he doesn't care about that. He like every time they do it,
Until-
he very pointedly does his Drew like I'll
Right.
take it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think he injects himself here. I'd be very
I
surprised.
can see it happening. I love this Drew character so much, and I don't think that fits it. So I'd rather it not, but it could very well happen.
I don't think they're going to go over going over super clean, because who are they going to go over clean on?
Seth.
And then he
Obviously.
loses, but then he loses again night
Yeah, then he
2.
retires from wrestling.
But is he going to lose clean on
could
night
be a
2?
stay-at-home
We'll,
dad.
we'll get to that. So I'm saying obviously Rock
So
and
yeah,
Roman.
I mean we're both picking the same.
Rock and Roman are winning.
because we're not brain damaged.
No, no, we like Jimmy Uso. I think via shenanigans.
So you're saying via specifically Drew.
Because if we're doing this correctly, Solo has already gone out for Jimmy's.
Yeah.
We don't want to show too much of him because he's going to be out again for the end of night 2. I think Drew shows his face on night 1.
Let me think about this. Who else could be involved here?
Or, hang on. Does Seth turn on Cody?
That is, the thought occurred
Right
to me a
here?
couple days ago.
Because he did not. But one of the big things online is like Cody's the biggest heel in the locker room because nobody came out to help him when The Rock was kicking the shit. But
and Roman has been very like sticking to the same story. Like you can't trust that guy, man. Have you not been watching like all these years?
Also, too,
Seth's turning on Cody.
yeah, all right, yeah. The last 2 weeks when Jay or Seth would go to the ring, they would go like, "Hey, I got your back. Hey, I got your back."
Yeah.
Like very specifically those two.
Yeah.
Damn it! I got to scratch out. Yeah. Seth is turning here. Okay.
Drew is he's an opportunist, lone wolf kind of dude.
Yeah.
He just likes making fun of everybody else.
Okay.
He's very good at it.
So we got our picks. That's night 1.
Night 1 in the bank. Ready for my new toe?
Night. Wait, you win a toe?
Yeah, your little toe.
Do you
Taking it.
you're attaching it to your
It's gonna be part of our new decoration. Set decoration.
like a what do they call
Hang
that?
off my MJF.
What do they call that in a church where like they have like
Oh God, in Italy,
an old relic of a
everybody's
saint?
Like, oh, this is amazing! Like, that's amazing. It's somebody's hand. What the hell?
Is it a relic? Is that
It's a
the
relic, yeah.
religious relic,
It's like
right?
some nun's hand.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like. This doesn't
Give
feel
me your
magical.
other hand.
I like the beautiful paintings. I
Yeah.
don't need to see the dead person's hand.
The amount of times I quote that Scary Movie 2 line and get it wrong on this podcast, I've never gotten it right once.
This next match,
Bottom up.
Street
Yep.
Profits with an invisible partner.
Bobby Lashley.
I'm unfamiliar.
The Pride. Rawr.
What's the Final Testament?
Carrying cross
I'm
the authors.
familiar with that.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of things.
Is that on Rampage?
Might as well be. So a couple things. I think Angelo Dawkins is my favorite wrestler because
He's
the last
awesome.
2 weeks he has been so good.
Like
on SmackDown.
Where you are on Angelo Dawkins is where I felt like I was Crazy Pills like 3 years ago when everybody's like Montez Ford is a future world champ. I'm like Montez Ford's got like a great high spot repertoire. Angelo Dawkins is a great wrestler.
Yes.
So like I'm with you.
I
He's the
love
better
him.
of the two.
He's still got to figure his ring gear out a little bit,
does.
but like that's part of his charm.
Yeah.
Like I think, and
Did you watch the show Atlanta?
No.
A Childish Gambino show. His like cousin was like a drug dealer, and he was always just on his couch playing like Xbox.
yeah,
Dawkins dresses like that guy.
Okay.
Like, he's just in his like kind of sweats that don't really match.
yeah.
Like a white T-shirt, like his belly sticking out, kinda or whatever. But he hits like Shane Taylor. So like
He's tremendous.
Yes, he
You
is.
forget how big he is too. Like
Giants.
and also too, like you had mentioned, Montez Ford is like a layup. Like once you want to push somebody for a single, like this guy ready to
he's,
go.
like good looking, and he can do like a bunch of awesome flippy stuff.
And then there's Bobby Lashley. And then the Final Testament, which is Karrion Kross, who finally, I think for the first time in my life, I took notice of his ass this week on TV.
I've like in non-wrestling stuff, he's done a few things over the years where I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's got like a good idea for.
He looked cool as this week.
I still the bell's got a ring though.
Too little, too late. Yeah.
I'm not really good at that part.
And then the Authors of Pain, Achim and Brazar.
I'm gonna take the Authors of Pain because I like them and I want them to stay a tag team.
Yeah.
I would like the Street Profits to break up and be singles.
Yeah.
And the other two, I'm not sure that I completely believe you that they exist.
I'm going to take the Final Testament and I'm going to give Karrion Kross the W because they have to like strengthen up. If they're going to have like a faction feud, they got to strengthen up some leaders here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross is that guy though, huh?
Yeah.
What's his moveset? Like what are big moves?
He
Karrion
does the
Kross's
straight
big moves.
jacket. Next match is
Straight jacket, the thing I like do to my nephew.
I see him engage in thumb wars with his opponents sometimes.
Yeah, Authors of Pain.
I'm going to say Karrion Kross, and I'm going to say he pins. I'm going to say he pins Bobby Lashley.
I was gonna say the Authors of Pain and the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to pick the same though. Authors of Pain are gonna. They're gonna.
You can pick the same. Uh,
No. I just no. I don't.
Contrarian.
Who's Karrion Kross's partner in this fictitious tag team?
It's 3-on-3.
Oh, it's 3-on-3. Okay, okay.
Yeah. The Authors of Pain are.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, collectively known as the Pride, versus the Final Testament, which is members of which
and
are
they're with Authors of Pain. So I'm picking
Karrion Kross and Authors of Pain. It's a trios match.
So Karrion Kross isn't getting a pin. It'll be Bobby Lashley getting the pin. Hopefully, after one of those moves that Authors of Pain do that is like way better than the finishing move, like the
Super
awesome
Collider
moves.
where they do that dual power bomb.
Yes.
And they smash each other in the back. That looks amazing every time. It always has.
Yeah.
Up next, we have AJ Styles versus Los Angeles Knight
against the Super Swole Flat Earther.
Yeah. I can't figure out what AJ Styles looks like, but he looks like some
Flat Earther.
No, but just how he dresses. Did I write anything down?
He's a strange little, really dumb man. He's a great wrestler, but he got too swole.
Yeah. I can't. I was trying to he looks like a movie character trope that I can't put my finger on.
Bad guy from Roadhouse, or like
that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like he's just, I don't know.
His hair is way too conditioned.
Yeah.
For like a pro wrestler.
Well, maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it is Maybelline.
Maybelline.
I don't like looking at him because he's too swole.
And
I don't want him to
like
be
I said,
he's
AJ
Styles.
Yeah. I don't like his new gear. He's got just like, he's wearing jeans now.
His whole look is awful. And he's always had cool looks.
He's always got very cool gear.
I think LA Knight's winning because AJ Styles has been acting like a loser in the entire build to this thing.
He has to. Well, AJ Styles also committed. It's nice that they got him out on bail for in time for this match because he did
home invasion.
Actually, come to think of it, no, he didn't. He just showed up at his house.
Invasion.
He just
LA Knight did the home invasion attempt.
But he just went to his front lawn and then he was like thrown in the back of a squad car.
And honestly, they're not going to go after either one of these guys until they solve the whole Undertaker killing his dad thing.
What?
Lightning Powers Undertaker.
Oh.
Still working on that, and it's been 20 years.
It's like, who's AJ Styles' dad?
Stop AJ Styles from picking a lock.
This match should.
LA Knight has cooled off significantly, but AJ Styles is just doing all the guy that's going to lose does in a lead into a pay-per-view.
I don't know what they're going to do with this, but whatever. These are the two guys that should be fighting each other. I think LA Knight hits his terrible finisher.
Yeah,
which hurts
LA
him
Knight
more.
Can't really wrestle. AJ Styles is an awesome wrestler.
He had a really nice haircut this week on TV, though. I did write that down.
He's really working on that pineapple old school rock head shape.
I didn't write it down, but LA Knight had a very nice haircut.
You're gonna write down his haircut?
I write down everything.
But
so
specifically,
I would have, if it was a nice haircut, I would have wrote LA Knight has nice hair. Nice haircut.
LA Knight better consult a doctor about
his hair,
that hairline that continues to move back and back and back.
Sure.
Pretty soon he's gonna look like Kwee-Wee. Remember him?
Kwee-Wee? I don't know.
Dying days of WCW guy.
Oh, no.
Who had a spiked hairdo, but it started here.
Oh, Jesus. Just take it all the way off, man. Just take it all the way off.
That's where LA Knight's going. But you know what? Plugs don't hurt, and they look great these days.
Yeah.
If I could afford them, I would get them myself.
We're getting there. This review.
I think we're well past. Most actors have plugs.
Yeah.
Now, like Bradley Cooper has been bald for 15 years.
I meant the success of this podcast might catapult us forward.
Oh, it'll pay for my plugs.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love you, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Pittsburgh's into Pittsburgh. The next match should
US
be
title match.
Should be fucking awesome.
I bet you this ends up being my second favorite thing on this WrestleMania after the Rock stuff.
This is going to be so good.
Yeah.
This is going to be so
it
good.
It does have my favorite wrestler in the company in it.
Yeah.
And then with guys that are going to help Logan Paul, really help him with the stuff that he's not great at.
Yeah.
Two perfect guys for that.
Absolutely.
And those two perfect guys, one of them does shit that's just as crazy, or if not crazier, than Logan Paul.
Right.
And at big pay-per-views, he tries to kill himself on every one of the shows.
Yeah.
I love him so much. I do before, and I don't want him off WWE because he's awesome there.
Yeah.
And he is a WWE guy. I really would like to see Kevin Owens just a year in AEW with his old PWG guys.
Yeah.
I just want to see that.
Well, when he gets when people get as tired of him as we did of Edge, and he wants to go to
Kevin Owens, man,
and then he'll go to greener pastures.
He is boring proof.
It's where you put old dogs to die as AEW.
You're like those Twitter guys that the bots that WWE buys to just say nonsense.
No, Edge is old dog.
Edge is having better matches than he's had in 20 years.
I know. Look at him go, though. Hey, buddy, you still got
Like
it.
CM Punk when he was there.
CM Punk wasn't having great matches there either.
Old dog got to put out the pasture.
Yeah, but they injected
Or
life.
like Bryan Danielson, old dog being put out
Old
the pasture.
dog put out
bunch
the
of
pasture.
clunkers he's been putting on.
Yeah, it's an old dog. He's not actually old though. When
Dustin Rhodes having better matches than he's had his entire career.
I don't think he ever stopped having bad matches or good matches.
He was good as Gold Dust.
Yeah.
That first match against Cody in AEW,
Yeah.
and then everything since then.
Yeah.
He's been amazing.
Yeah, I think that's just.
Yeah.
I think if your last name is Rhodes, you're just like able to produce quality all the time. We didn't even say what the next match was. It's for the United States
We didn't take
Championship.
tickets.
It is the Logan Paul, who is the U.S. champion, versus Randy Orton
I'm taking my guy.
versus Kevin Owens.
And I'm not just taking him because he's my guy. I think he's going to get the win over Logan Paul. This is going to be a pretty straightforward match. This is just going to rule.
Yeah. I got a really weird prediction here.
I mean, it's WWE.
Really weird. I think Orton and Owens are going to win collectively. I think they're
Tag
both.
team?
I think they're both going to pin Logan Paul at the same time, and they're
I
going to
like them as a tag team.
and they're going to feud over the summer as frenemies. And,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And like
you still got to pick one person to carry the belt.
no, they either do joint U.S. titles or
So
like.
you're definitely losing this part of the match.
Or, I'm going out on a limb. I'd like to put a multiplier on this.
I do like Owens and Orton as a like.
If I gotta
couple
pick,
tag team.
if I gotta pick somebody, I'm picking Kevin Owens because I think the first feud for Cody Rhodes after this is Randy Orton, because they
just be a tag team, Randy.
yeah.
That's
I
what
just
you-
don't
that's what you
like
do.
nobody else makes sense. Like there's nobody else
I
that makes
recently
sense.
watched that Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. It was voted the worst match of the year in pro wrestling.
Where they
Illustrated,
projected the maggots?
thing. It was.
It was terrible.
Oh my
It
gosh!
was really bad.
It was worse than Horseshoe versus from that. It was like, how are these two guys who I know can wrestle
Yeah.
this bad?
Yeah.
Like it was, and even without the projections and stuff, it was just a terrible match. There was like no flow or
No.
momentum or anything.
Bray Wyatt didn't have a lot of
he was not a great
quality.
in-ring guy. He had
He was a big idea man.
but he usually understood moments. He had big moments. Like remember, I'm of course it's Danielson. He can make anything amazing. But that like Daniel Bryan thing with the Wyatt family, like
I was
an awesome big moment. Right
I was
there.
at Survivor Series
Oh,
when
nice.
he fought the Fiend,
Oh,
Daniel
wow.
Bryan.
Really?
Yeah, when they turned all the lights off,
Yeah.
it was magical.
Yeah. His presentation, and it was all him as far as I didn't watch the documentary yet, but everything I hear is like all that stuff was him. It's really a bummer hearing like Bo Dallas talk now because he was like, it was so amazing. I was finally going to be able to be at WrestleMania with my brother working with him and like bring Uncle Howdy back. I don't care if it's
Well, they're
done,
going to.
like,
That's how the
do something.
That's how the documentary ended.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
So
not-
I always like Bo.
They're not
I was
subtle
a Bo
about that.
lever.
Yeah.
I thought he made chicken salad out of
When he was
working
Bo
with-
leave, that
Yeah.
was tremendous.
Oh, that was great. He was the first NXT champ. I mean, like,
yeah.
or the first one of note, at least.
Yeah.
I think what Seth was the first one, right? But it was like Florida championship still.
He beat
When it was Tyler Black.
perennial future Hall of Famer. Perennial future Hall of Famer doesn't make sense. Future Hall of Famer Jinder Mahal.
Ginger.
And he on that night, in fact, he was hindered. So we both have Kevin Owens for reasons. The next match, they are trying so hard lately to make this seem like a big deal, and I think they kicked it up about another 10%. But that's about it.
Has any Rumble winner in history been as backburnered as Bailey has in the leads to like
Io Sky versus Bailey for the WWE Women's Championship.
Bailey wins the Rumble and then like
Yeah.
it was just nothing.
They-
A bunch of nothing. And
they
then
usually-
they make her look like a little punk.
But they
at the
usually
very end.
they usually beat Royal Rumble winners a lot between Rumble.
Yeah, but like backburnered to the point where I like forget she's on the roster
Yeah.
sometimes. She won the Rumble.
They're doing her like on a weekly basis, which is
yeah, recently, but one of the things they do is like Io Sky stops off on her way out at the ramp to beat the hell out of her.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, I see. Yeah, like they made her kind of look like a chump there for a minute. Like a
Seth
chump,
Rollinsing
baby.
her. And like I said before, many times, I think she's better than Becky Lynch at every part of pro
Yes.
wrestling. So
Yes.
like, again, one half of my favorite women's match of all
Yeah.
time.
And I could verify she's very pleasant at airports in Austin, Texas at 7:00 in the morning.
amazing.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear RVD's CM Punk
Oh, you told me that story
airline
too.
story? I
Yeah.
told you the airline one.
Oh no.
He was like, RVD doesn't talk like about real incendiary stuff. He just talks about like annoying things that he thinks is kind of funny. He said he was sitting one seat back of Punk on flight, like it wasn't a charter flight they had to do, just a regular airline. And Punk had his back in the overhead, and how like at the end, like when everybody gets seated, the flight attendants always have to like maneuver stuff to make sure everybody fits everything in.
Yeah.
And the flight attendant said to Punk, "Sir, I'm gonna have to move your bag, but it's just gonna be like 6 inches over, just so you know, it's like 6 inches over." And Van Damme's like, and he acted like the woman was telling him that she was about to stab him in the air with a pencil. Like he was like, "Why does it have to be my bag?" And then RVD was like, and that's his whole energy all the time. He always has the "why does it have to be my bag" energy.
Yeah.
Like that's why we never really got along.
Yeah.
We never fought, but we never really got along.
Well, when you're perpetually high and you have to deal with a guy that has conviction about everything.
And like everything is like, I'm gonna die on that hill.
Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah.
Makes him very interesting.
Made him he got a good life out of it.
Yeah.
He's got
created one of my top 3 favorite wrestling characters in the history of pro wrestling.
Talking about cult leader CM Punk?
Like all of CM Punk's
cult leader
Ring
CM
of Honor through.
Yeah.
Like awesome.
Cult leader CM Punk did not get enough love. Like
No, he was great.
Yeah.
He put so much into that.
Yeah.
Like all of it was great. It was all great.
Yeah. He's hard.
If you were Raven and Ring of Honor ruled.
Yeah.
He
doesn't.
Very few Ring of Honor things I go back and watch. That's one of them.
He doesn't miss too much.
I hope we get when he returns, because we got Misery, whatever Contera, that song, his Ring of Honor song when he was in AEW. I hope we get his Fire Burns at least like once.
That was originally Randy Orton's song. Like there's footage
in my heart and head, it is the CM Punk beats John Cena at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So I want to hear it one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you got? Bailey?
Bailey. They've her and like they made her look weak at the very end, which historically the babyface is going over that. So if they job her out, we might see her on Collision.
We're going to see everyone that was in day one in that 6-woman match in this match.
Yeah.
Everyone in Damage Control is going to be down there, and then it's going to be Jade, Bianca, maybe not Jade, but at least Bianca and Naomi are going to make damn sure that Bailey wins.
It'll be a bunch of. I really hope Bailey doesn't get much assistance, and I hope she gets a classic.
No, she will
from underneath, has to fight through the odds, pulling that ponytail, and hitting Bailey to belly, and I want that. I want the babyface Bailey.
While you want that, it's not what you're going to get. You're going to get a very overbooked finish because they've been building that forever.
Because it takes a long time to break out of the Vince pill thing that they were stuck in for so long.
But just storyline wise, the
best thing they could do is have Bailey completely turn face, find her true self, and win an underdog match.
Right.
At WrestleMania.
No, but storyline wise, up until now, if she did that, it would be out of left field because there's just been nothing but gang warfare until this point.
It's a boring, stupid story, and it doesn't.
If it puts Asuka
and focus on Bailey, who's the person that I want.
I just like that they're putting all these women on TV who can all go.
Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want I want Bailey to get some love.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's going to get as much love as Cody does. They're both going to be overbooked schmoz finishes. Speaking of overbooked schmoz finishes, World Heavyweight Championship match: Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
So what I'm hoping happens is Drew McIntyre, prior to the match, writes some scathing insult on his broadsword, and then they come out and he stabs Seth through the heart, and his life, and then we never have to hear to ruin a great promo segment ever again. You know what? He shows me his the thing too much. It's too visible all the time. I hope he loses clean.
I want to see 17 Claymores Hail Married right into his. I want to somehow he stays vertical.
Claymore him into the corner.
Yeah.
And so, he gets kind of hooked up, or you do the old school, you don't see anymore, the arms hooked in the
ropes,
and then just Claymore,
forever,
like a video game, just spamming it until Seth's head is just
and if somebody can put
mushy puddle.
If somebody could put on the screen the clip from The Simpsons where the kid goes, "Stop, he's already dead,"
And then,
that would be great.
Yeah. And then, like after the match, Drew can dedicate his victory to Seth's old WrestleMania gear before he became stupid.
Yeah, and then Drew puts on Seth's old WrestleMania gear, and then he's now the father of Seth's child.
You know why he couldn't do that?
Yeah,
Because there's Seth's WrestleMania gear, bruv. But you know what? It was too small for me.
I hope Drew wins and wins clean. I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah.
But if there's cheating, I hope it's just him doing the cheating.
I think it's going to be on the heels of the night before where something schmazzy happened. Well, hang on. We have Seth winning. We have Seth turning heel the night before, right? So that means he's going to come into this match pretty fresh, right?
You know what would be great if he does do that? People can do the thing that they've been wanting to do anyway and just cheer Drew because he's awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be dope.
Yeah, and then it's clear
So he
dynamic.
could win clean.
Yeah, people are not. I don't know. Seth gets no reaction. Like after his song turns off, like he just doesn't get a
Because he
reaction.
fucking sucks ass.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
And people actually like Drew because he's interesting. So if
Yeah,
we're going
he's
off of
awesome.
our
He's super funny.
yeah, if we're going off of our predictions,
He's also a great wrestler.
yes, and the better guy to hold that goddamn title.
Oh yeah.
So Seth, in theory, turns on Cody.
Yeah.
So then he is smarmy, healthy, cocky heel Seth here. Yeah, like solidify Drew, but you can't put him over because Seth is going to be, he's going to be in Roman's corner for the main event. So he's got to.
Do you think he'll actually be in the corner of the like with Bloodline rules? We don't really know what Bloodline rules are.
It's no DQ because they did it on.
It's kind of intimated that there might be some other stuff.
But they did it on Raw. They did Bloodline rules in the main event. It was just no
but
DQ.
They still are like kind of being coy about like there might be more to it.
Okay. Well, then like we can only work with what we got. So, so yeah.
I think Seth's going to turn, but I don't think he's going to actually be out there for the main event. I think he's just going to cost Cody night one.
Oh, I like that too.
And then I think Drew is not going to be a hard babyface turn because he hasn't done anything.
No, he's
horrible.
cool
he's just
tweener heat.
Kind of a dick
Yeah.
who like takes advantage of opportunities.
Yeah,
And he's
absolutely.
super funny and everybody likes him. So like that could be a great moment for Drew actually.
Yeah.
If Seth turns. We could have a nice little WrestleMania moment for our guy.
Yeah, because he did not
Cool.
get, and he's been very vocal about that. He did not get one because he wanted in an empty room when he beat Brock
and that,
Lesnar.
he's been like bridesmaid, never the bride, a bunch of times on stuff. Like I really thought he had a chance of being the guy that dethroned Roman at the
Clash in the Castle.
Yeah, like this could be a nice thing for him.
Yeah.
And if it's at if it costs Seth Rollins, twice as good.
Yeah, so he's going over.
Where are these flies coming
I don't
from?
know. I think a door might be cracked open. I like that. Yeah, I like Seth Andrew not being out for the main event. But I think because they've shot goddamn movie trailers with Seth in it for the main event, I think he's gonna be there. I don't know of night two, like right.
Yeah.
So like I don't know in what capacity.
Do you think? Well, we'll talk to it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on the next match.
And the next match is
The main event of the evening and of WrestleMania 40.
which will be the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Cody.
The American Nightmare.
Freaking Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, baby.
Cody freaking
Does Cody
Rhodes.
get all of the money from his T-shirt merch sales? Because he owns that logo.
Oh, then yeah.
Like WWE never does it. They usually don't let you bring in logos and stuff.
Yeah.
Cody is, seriously, he's one of one.
I'm sure they have a
He's
license.
like the first guy that's ever done everything.
They have to have a licensing agreement. They have to. They're not going to.
Like that's Cody's. He owns it.
I understand that, but like you can license out things, and
Owns
also
the music too.
they're not going to print T-shirts with a thing they can't make money
It's an
on.
awesome T-shirt, the one with the blood on it. You see
There's
it?
100 T-shirts.
But the new one, the bloody one.
My nephew's got 2 of them. Yeah, I saw it. It's pretty dope.
His logo is fantastic.
Yeah.
And nobody liked him but me when he was at the end of his AEW career.
Yeah.
I was like, he's a genius, and he's going to prove it to all you haters.
And I'm going to start a podcast, and I'm going to tell you all about it.
And he has, and I did.
And you did. This is going to be the most overbooked thing in the.
But it is.
It's Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
what they're doing.
If it is overbooked, I want Stone Cold. I want Cena.
That's what.
I
Yep.
like all
yes.
of them. I
yes.
want every one of those people.
It's it's going to be. I hope they don't go to the degree like where everyone.
Farouk to come back because he's pissed off about when Rock left the
Nation?
domination.
Oh, he's holding on to that grudge for 30 years.
D'Lo Brown's gonna come back.
I'm okay with that. Oh, I'd be okay if the Nation of Domination came back and like then I would like The Rock to go back into
Ken
that.
Shamrock's going to be there because he feuded over the IC title.
How did he not go in the Hall of Fame this year? I thought he was going in, and that would have been a great spot to put him in.
It's a weird one to hold off.
Yeah.
On.
Like, I don't know what he did wrong, but
Also, why Barry Windham not in the Hall of Fame? He's like sick. He's been sick for 15 years. What are they waiting for?
he's going to go in as
Put him in.
he's going to go in as the stalker.
He's in he's in there half-assedly, like as a member of the Horsemen.
Yeah,
But he had a good enough career. He needs to be in there.
I agree. No, he was a big deal for a while. So everyone, I don't want this to be the case, but I think this is what's going to happen. Everyone that's ever been wronged by the bloodline is going to come out and help Cody Rhodes, which just cheapens the out of this victory.
So too.
Yeah.
I just decided this morning. I think Rowan's gonna win.
You think?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Do tell.
Yeah, I think
So what's Cody going to do after this? Because it's
Fight The Rock.
not be a wrestler.
when The Rock comes back.
So Cody's never going to be champ? Because you
I
can't.
think he's gonna get fucked out of it.
You can't put it on him after this.
Probably not.
No.
At least not off of.
You know what,
Roman,
though?
But that's also part of his lifelong story.
Yeah.
He did the same thing in AEW.
Yeah.
And he likes that cohesion. And Roman, I was trying to picture Roman Reigns with the music coming out without belts, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And he hasn't beaten Hogan's record yet.
SummerSlam. You think SummerSlam's like the night of turns?
Yep.
Or the night of title changes?
I think Roman's winning.
So so that would play.
I mean, this is it's Roman is like a 1 in a trillion long shot here.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't think I'm super genius or anything.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling I got today. I'm like trying to picture Roman coming out to that song without the title, and I don't think he's going to abandon that character yet.
No.
I think he's winning.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, it'll be some
too,
bullshit, but he'll win.
I think there's
I
going
just
to
hope
be.
it's not just like the regular Solo and Jimmy.
No.
It'll be like Avengers
Oh,
War.
no, they're gonna do all the usual. They're gonna play the hits. Solo's gonna come out and he's gonna do the distraction, but someone's gonna be his foil. Like they're gonna play. This is gonna be like super rewarding for everybody that's watched every Roman match.
And remember how I was just talking about how I'm nervous about what are they going to do after Mania.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it more interesting after Mania if the thing that absolutely
Instead
nobody
of
thinks is going to
instead of Cody,
happen. Cody just being happy as the champ for 2 months and it gets boring.
and then lose to who? Who's he gonna fight? Like I thought Orton would make natural sense because now you're just like, oh, legacy.
I would want it to be Drew and then just throw that other belt in the trash where it
Yeah.
belongs.
But then Drew loses, and I don't want that.
I'm like, yeah. Well, if Drew's babyface by then, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like. I want to heal, but like, yeah. I kind of think it's more interesting, and I also think people hate it in the right way this time.
Yeah.
I think last year people hated it like, oh, WWE put it up again.
Yeah.
Whereas now they have like a year of incredible booking behind them. And people are just going to be super pissed off because their favorite guy came up short again because he got fucked out of it.
Yeah.
You know what? My dream scenario would be MJF costing Cody the title.
Sure.
But I think he'll just get screwed. I mean, really, it's overwhelmingly odds that Cody's winning and staying tall at the end. But I don't know. I just got a feeling.
It's not fun if Cody wins.
It could. I mean, it's going to be an awesome match. Cody's matches are great.
I'm not
They'll
concerned
make me
about-
feel he'll
yeah.
win it. I'll feel great when he wins it, and then stop caring about it the second that they leave the stage. Like,
It's the same thing that happened when Daniel Bryan won.
yeah.
I was like, okay, now
So
what?
He's so smart. He didn't like having long title reigns unless he was a heel.
Yeah.
His heel title run reigns were awesome.
Yeah.
But baby faces, especially like super white meat ones, like the reason we didn't like Eddie Kingston for a while, because like I'm cheering. You're already the champ.
Yeah.
Like, I want to cheer for the guy I like to be fighting up for something.
Right.
And because this is all schmazzy, what you could then do is the thing that I was calling for before. I want to see Cody win mano-y-mano. Roman hasn't won a match clean in forever. Let them have like a Hell in a Cell or something where it's just them. Like call back to his pectoral injury thing. Tell me that would be fucking dope.
No, everything you're saying is correct. But now I'm trying to decide. Like, okay, so
Like the one thing this is guaranteed to be is a schmaz fest.
Yes.
Like, it's built in.
yeah,
But the best thing you can do for your like super underdog babyface is have him win on his own terms. Like
Yeah.
mano a mano. I can beat you because I'm the better man.
Right.
Which is all what Cody's all about. You
Yeah.
know, like
also too all convoluted and shit leading up to this, because it was like Cody said they pivoted, right?
Yeah.
Like, what did they pivot off of? Rock Roman?
I don't know if he said it like as overtly as that, but he did say we pivoted from what the initial.
What was the initial plan?
Well, the initial plan was Cody to win it only before The Rock even like decided to come back, and then The Rock came back and he tried to do his. Now it's awesome because he's doing it disingenuously. It's great. And he's talking about mana all the time.
Goose pimples. Look at goose pimples on my goose pimples.
But like when The Rock came back, they did not expect everyone to hate him. Which they did because they love Cody so much.
Yeah.
And then they pivoted to this like final form, Amazing Rock.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we're gonna lose him because he's like contract for a movie.
Yeah.
Starting in the mid-April or something.
So that. Oh, okay. So let's keep extrapolating
Man,
this.
on Sunday night, you and me are going to be acknowledging our tribal chief.
I'm not taking off my. I might wear it at shows this weekend.
I'll probably bring it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say this. So Rock is the main reason Cody loses, right?
Yeah.
Rock is now off TV for how long?
It's by short shoot, but they said 4 or 5 months.
When he comes back,
If like he improves as much as he has over the last like 2 months, over that 5 months, when he comes back, he's gonna actually be a god that just like floats into the arena.
but he's also Twitter promo Rock now too, so he might not
We
leave.
just get instant. We get 20-minute awesome Rock.
He might
Instagram.
not leave.
Yeah.
He'll like
My
sit
favorite
on.
promos he's doing are the ones.
Yeah.
Like,
Holy, I want. Okay, so who's okay? So
now
who?
I want Roman.
Now,
to win.
now I'm circling. I'm underlining Roman because we have created a better
Tuck
story.
myself into a much better, more interesting story than Cody's the champ now, and I guess maybe Gunther will fight him or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? So then,
Seth.
So
I'll let that feud with Seth. There's a blow off of that.
which is fine because like they have good matches, but like
Cody has good matches.
if you're just listening, Sully just made a face like I fed him Brussels sprouts for the first time. He really didn't like
Seth
it.
has like the same match as he always has for the last 10 years, and when he's lucky enough to have Cody in there with him, it becomes a little bit interesting, especially when Cody's like titty is falling off.
If you love Falcon Arrows as much as I do, then
Yeah.
that's the right
He
one
sure
for
loves
you.
those.
Loves Falcon Arrows.
Don Callis during Dynamite said Will Hobbs had pecs like dinner plates, which I thought was amusing.
So
we're in agreement. Acknowledge our tribal
yeah,
chief.
you're gonna acknowledge your tribal chief to retain the title.
Roman is winning.
Yeah.
Your brother's son is going to be upset.
Yeah. And he's gonna have I don't know.
Especially when his uncle and his dad's one of his closest friends are like both
Yeah.
wearing Roman Reigns legs.
He's like, wait, what?
and doing
Big schmoz finish. I don't even know who's gonna be in whose corner. They're teasing.
It'll be a good schmoz.
They're
though.
teasing
It'll be
Cena
like a
and Austin.
Fun attitude era level schmoz.
I don't know why they're teasing Cena and all. Like,
I do think they're going to be there.
Is it because of like Rock, like their history with the
There's
Rock?
like 2 giant feuds of his.
Oh,
I mean, Rock is like Austin is like Rock's forever.
Yeah, principal.
feud. Like, and then the Cena thing that's like one of the more famous things that Rock's ever done.
yeah.
When Cena kind of cooked him, because Rock didn't expect Cena to be able to like do that off the cuff stuff.
Yeah. Getting my watches. I'm very popular all of a sudden.
Cena would struggle with this Rock though.
Yeah.
Because
to hang with him verbally?
the mana.
I don't know, dude. If you let Cena off his leash and actually
Yeah.
cut promos, he might.
Yeah, but now Rock's
And we don't know if we don't know what Cena could do in that
well,
arena.
Peacemaker, it's a very blue show.
No.
So you gotta watch it. You gotta get on.
I
Peacemaker.
have.
Rules.
There's enough wrestling to keep my
It is-
television.
Yeah, but you
bill.
like comedy, and it is a very
I like
well
comedy.
written
I like to laugh.
comedy show.
I'm smart.
I'm smart,
Marty, I'm
not
smart.
stupid. I'm smart.
I don't know who's going to be in whose corner. I don't know how it's going to go. I love that I have no idea what's
Love
going to
all of
happen.
that. Love
Love
every
it.
bit of it.
Yeah. Total in the dark. I'm going to be so goddamn entertained for 2 nights of wrestling.
Mama Rhodes gonna cry on the bloody belt.
Cry on it?
Well, Rock said, "I'm gonna put Cody's blood, your tears."
Yeah.
And Rock so far doing everything he says he's gonna do.
I forgot about that Mama Rhodes thing. Yeah, let's say yeah.
I think Rock is.
It didn't even need it.
Pull her out of the stands and hit her with a Samoan drop. He's gonna show Nia Jax what a Samoan drop actually supposed to.
She's
look
not
like.
on the show.
She got stink faced out of her
She
existence.
carried the company like on her broad back for a while.
Carried what company?
The entire
run an
women's
indie fed or
division.
something?
The entire women's division, sir. It's on the back of Nia
Just
Jax.
because they put a person on television non-stop does not mean that they are carrying anything.
Oh, normally you'd be right, but when you are the quality performer that Nia Jax is, it's undeniable.
I.e. has never had a good match in her life.
Yeah, she's only had great matches.
All with Tamina.
Yeah.
Nobody's Mina.
Nobody's meaner than Tamina.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know you're going to enjoy WrestleMania 40 because just, goddamn it, look at this card. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what's going to happen, except that my picks are going to be more correct than David's, and he's going to lose both his pinky toe and his foreskin
Yeah.
to me, which will be put on a shelf in a jar.
Hey, why
in
am I?
formaldehyde
I'm not celebrating this.
behind us. Well, one of our body parts, or maybe one and one,
Yeah.
will be in the jar up here. I have
Yeah.
a bunch of mason jars ready, and I ordered the formaldehyde on Amazon earlier today.
Yeah.
So enjoy WrestleMania. If you have not, go check out our AEW Dynamite half of the Blue Thunder Pod this week. Going to drop same time Friday morning. So you guys will see those both go up, and then we have a Turnbuckle Time Machine episode coming to you 7 a.m. Central Standard Time Monday morning.
That's
Thanks
what
for
time you put
joining
them out?
us.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, that's now that I'm like setting them up ahead of time. I just figured 7 was.
I just wake up and they're there. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's like how I'd like breakfast.
That would be nice.
That'd be nice.
You always cook breakfast for me since my mom about 25 years ago. I don't think.
See, we have a new goal.
Find a
Turnbuckle.
slave to make me breakfast.
I interrupted your outro. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
My outro is mostly just leading to Dave saying,
Bye.
"Bye bye, everybody."
Goodbye.